Forget everything you think you know about New Jersey, because what's happening there is like nothing you've ever heard before. Glowing orbs are knocking drones out of the sky, strange jellyfish-like blobs are clinging to trees, and missiles are tearing through the night targeting something. This isn't sci-fi. It's real, and it's happening now. Every answer leads to more questions. Let us delve into the chaos, where each discovery shocks more than the last. People noticed drones flying around, which at first didn't seem all that alarming. Maybe they were doing some kind of surveillance or testing, normal stuff. But then, videos started popping up. One clip showed an orb, a glowing orb, literally knocking a drone out of the sky. The drone gets close, there's this weird interaction, and then it's toast. And that's just the tame stuff. What came next shattered everything we thought. We knew about the skies. Another video showed a plane shooting something, maybe missiles or some kind of projectile, and people think it's targeting drones. But the footage is so fast and chaotic, it's hard to make sense of. Then, the kicker. Over the water in New Jersey, a missile is launched, and it obliterates what might be a drone. Or maybe it's an orb. Honestly, who can even tell anymore? This stuff is escalating fast, and here's where it gets even juicier. Forget the skies for a second. One guy in New Jersey found this thing, a blob, for lack of a better word, stuck in a tree. It's translucent, glowing, and wriggling around like it's alive. If you're imagining some weird cross between a jellyfish and a UFO, you're not far off. This isn't your typical drone malfunction, folks. It's the kind of thing that makes you double-check your coffee to see if someone slipped something in it. But wait, it's not just New Jersey. This madness is spreading. Similar sightings are popping up in Texas, Florida, even overseas. It's like whatever's happening has decided to go global, and while we're all scratching our heads, the powers that be are trying to play it cool. They're saying, it's nothing. Do not worry about it. Nothing to see here. Sure, because random orbs and glowing blobs are totally normal. Then there's the really wild footage from planes. Passengers have recorded orbs following their flights for hours. Imagine looking out your window and seeing glowing spheres tailing your plane from daylight into nighttime. It's not just one or two. These things travel in groups, like some cosmic squadron. And in one clip, the orbs start rotating around a plane before it just disappears, like poof, gone. If you're thinking, that has to be fake, well, join the club. But then you realize these videos are coming from regular people, not Hollywood computer-generated imagery experts. Makes you wonder. People are speculating like crazy. Some say it's military technology, others think it's extraterrestrial. And do not roll your eyes just yet. A lawyer named Danny Sheehan, an actual lawyer, claimed aliens might be stepping in to stop us from wrecking the planet. He told people to brace themselves for a shock. Are we being warmed up to the idea of extraterrestrial intervention? Hard to say, but the timing sure is convenient. Meanwhile, the internet is flooded with more and more footage. In Florida, for instance, someone recorded a bunch of objects in the sky with this eerie drone-like hum in the background. Are they drones? Orbs? Something else? It's impossible to tell, and the lack of clear answers just adds to the mystery. And let us not forget the official response. Apparently, the government's stance is, nothing nefarious is happening. Oh, right. Case closed, I guess. Except it's not. Their dismissive attitude just makes the whole thing feel even sketchier. It's like telling someone not to think about pink elephants. Now, it's all you can think about. Take that jellyfish blob in the tree, for example. Officially, it's nothing unusual. Unofficially, it's the weirdest thing anyone's ever seen. It's got lights, it moves, and it looks like something straight out of a nightmare. Some people think it's an experimental drone or some kind of biotech hybrid. Whatever it is, it's not normal. Even more bizarre are these laser-like displays. Videos show objects shooting beams of light, up, down, all around. Are they signaling something? Testing weapons? It's anyone's guess. What's clear is that these aren't random anomalies. They're coordinated, deliberate, and frankly, a little terrifying, and the theories just keep coming. Some say it's a government psychological operation, others think it's a ploy to distract us from bigger issues. Then there's the camp. That's convinced we're on the brink of some kind of alien disclosure. Whatever the truth is, one thing's for sure. This is way beyond the realm of normal. Meanwhile, life on the ground isn't getting any easier. Workers are striking across the country, from Amazon to Starbucks. People are fed up with low wages and poor conditions, and they're making their voices heard. But even this feels like it's part of some bigger picture. Are these strikes just about money, or is there a deeper unrest bubbling under the surface? Hard to say, but it's all adding to the sense that something's shifting. And then there's the economy. Inflation, bizarre spending bills, and questionable priorities make it feel like the system is teetering. Trains full of military equipment have been spotted moving through San Diego, fueling even more speculation. What's all this gear for? Are they preparing for something? It's like the world's playing a game of connect the dots, but no one has the full picture. Things get even stranger as we look back at New Jersey's skies. For decades, in New Jersey, residents have reported strange sightings in the skies, ranging from mysterious lights to bizarre craft. These stories have fueled a mix of fascination, debate, and downright skepticism. Let's explore some of the most talked-about incidents that have kept New Jersey buzzing with questions and intrigue, diving deep into the details and speculation that surround these events. Back in the summer of 1952, a man named George Stock claimed he snapped photos of a flying saucer hovering over Passaic. It had a dome, looked sleek, and supposedly floated like something straight out of a science fiction movie. The pictures made headlines, landing in newspapers and capturing the attention of the public. People debated endlessly about what they were looking at. Could this be proof of visitors from another world? However, not everyone was convinced. Some experts, like Kevin Randle, who is known for debunking such claims, called it a likely hoax. Was George trying to grab his 15 minutes of fame, or did he genuinely capture something extraordinary? We might never know for sure, but it remains one of the most famous cases in New Jersey's history of unidentified flying objects. Fast. Forward to January of 1975, and things got even stranger in North Bergen. A man named George Obarski reported seeing something extraordinary near North Hudson Park. He described a dark object with glowing windows hovering near the Stonehenge apartment building. But that's not all. He claimed that small, hooded figures emerged from this object. According to him, these figures collected samples of soil before returning to their craft and disappearing into the night sky. This event, now known as the Stonehenge Incident, attracted attention from ufologists, including Bud Hopkins, who documented it extensively. It even made its way into local newspapers. While it's tempting to imagine tiny aliens conducting scientific experiments on our soil, skeptics suggested it might have been a vivid imagination or an elaborate story. Regardless of what actually happened, the tale has remained a staple in discussions about unidentified flying objects in New Jersey. Now, let's jump to the year 2009 for a case that turned heads for a very different reason. This time, it wasn't about mysterious visitors from another planet, but rather a clever hoax that fooled many. In January of that year, residents in Morristown and nearby towns in Morris County reported seeing 5 glowing red lights floating in the night sky. The lights moved in a pattern that left people wondering what they were witnessing. News outlets picked up the story, and the incident quickly gained national attention. But the mystery didn't last long. 2 local men, Joe Rudy and Chris Russo, came forward and admitted they were behind the stunt. Using helium balloons and flares, they orchestrated the entire event to prove how easily people could be tricked into believing they had seen unidentified flying objects. Their prank might have been amusing, but it also served as a reminder of how deceptive appearances can be. More recently, the skies over New Jersey have been filled with reports of unusual drone activity. Starting in late 2024, people in counties like Ocean, Somerset, and Bergen began noticing large drones flying in deliberate patterns. These drones were often spotted near sensitive locations, including the Picatinny Arsenal and Donald Trump's golf course in Bedminster. The sightings caused a stir, prompting investigations by federal authorities, including the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Aviation Administration. However, despite their efforts, no one could identify the source or purpose of these drones. This lack of answers led to a flurry of conspiracy theories. Some people speculated that the drones were part of secret government surveillance programs. Others thought private companies might be testing new technology, while a few believed these drones were evidence of extraterrestrial activity. Whatever the truth may be, these sightings have only added to the air of mystery surrounding New Jersey's skies. Even public figures have weighed in on the drone phenomenon. Bethany Frankel, a former reality television star, voiced her concerns about the growing number of drone sightings in New York and New Jersey. After speaking with a friend who she claimed had connections to organizations like the Pentagon and the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, she expressed a sense of unease, suggesting that something suspicious was happening. Meanwhile, New Jersey Senator John Bramnick openly criticized the lack of transparency from federal agencies. He called for clearer answers and better communication regarding these drone incidents, reflecting the frustration felt by many residents. Paranormal enthusiasts have also entered the conversation. C.J. Faison, a former stock car racer turned paranormal investigator, shared footage he captured of drones flying in strange formations over the Atlantic Ocean. Using a night vision camera, he recorded a 45-minute video after traveling 26 miles off the coast from the Pine Barrens. The footage shows what appear to be drones moving in coordinated patterns, sparking further debate about their origin. Are they part of a secret military project, an advanced technological test, or something beyond our understanding? The lack of concrete evidence has left room for endless speculation.